Hello.
Hello from the other side.
Welcome back to Two Peas on a Pod, a
Welcome
podcast where
back.
we update every week. No
Every
hiccups.
single week, we never miss. Last week we were here too. You guys just didn't see us because we were invisible. It was
Yeah.
our invisible
We
episode.
did a we did a really experimental thing called a telepathic episode. Um
So if you thought of something funny, it was us.
yeah, exactly. Um how you is?
How am I?
Yeah.
Um, how am I? Questionable. Been going through it. I just came back from a week of traveling. That's why we didn't have an episode because I was out of
Yeah.
town. And I had a good time. But
And I
now that
completely
I'm back,
forgot I completely forgot to put out a post that said that. So
I think they'll forgive us. Now I'm just I'm back home. I'm going through my emotions
you
and
know.
stuff. It be like that.
The
The highs and
typical
the lows.
to-dos.
Yeah.
The
How was you?
typical well, I do have an exciting update.
Oh,
Um I started going to
love
therapy.
it. Clap,
Yes.
everybody. Everyone
Clap
clap.
everyone. Everyone fucking clap. Very excited. I love my therapist. She's very nice. She's really funny and
Yay.
casual and we have like a similar talking pattern. So she's just really cool.
Wait, I'm happy for you. I could
Yeah,
cry.
I did cry.
Good.
I had my appointment and then afterward I walked out to my mom and I she's like, "How'd it go?" And I just kind of started bawling. And she was
I feel
like,
like
"Are
that's
these good
normal.
tears or bad tears?" I was like, "They're good tears." I was it felt like a weight had been lifted even though like it was like the first appointment. So it was really mostly her laying down like the logistics and stuff like that and we chatted a little bit and she gave me like therapy homework, quote unquote. So I got like a notebook specifically for therapy and
Oh, cool. Did she
she
give you
told me
worksheets and stuff?
no, she just said that she wanted me to create like a quote unquote laundry list of all the things I'd like to bring up and just things that have been weighing on me or whatever. And then another thing she wanted me to do was every time she said we're gonna start tackling my anxiety because that's like the thing that I think affects me the most.
Hmm.
And I was like I was just telling about my experiences with it to her, and she was saying how um she wants me every time I feel anxiety or some form of it, she wants me to um write down uh what I'm feeling, like the symptoms, and what I was thinking of right before I started feeling like that, and then like talk about it, I guess. Um and so that's what I've been doing. So this whole week I've just been jotting down like, oh, I felt this and this and that, and this is what I thought of, or this is why. And it's funny because on Monday I had like a couple instances. Tuesday I was like writing down an instance every hour. Um
Oh god.
Wednesday I only had one moment. And yesterday I almost went the whole day without an instance of anxiety. And
Oh.
then I got home.
That always
And then I
happens.
got home. Um so yeah, but I mean I've felt a lot more motivated this week, and I wore an actual outfit the last couple of days. So on Wednesday I wore like an actual clothes. And when I mean actual outfit, actual clothes, I mean like usually when I go to work I wear like a t-shirt and sweatpants because I really can't be fucking bothered.
But
But
sometimes it's more comfy. But then there's another thing where it's when you wear an actual outfit, you feel more productive. Maybe you're more
yeah, or
control
I
of the
felt like
day.
better. I noticed
Yeah.
that like the days that I was wearing the comfy clothes, I felt like worse. And
Mm.
then when I put on the outfit on Wednesday, I like dressed up a bit on Wednesday.
Was that the
I
black
just
shirt?
No, that was the white poofy shirt.
Oh, okay.
So I wore a new shirt that I got recently. And I felt very beautiful that day. Like I don't know, I like put on that shirt and like I felt very comfortable in it and I felt very beautiful and um and I had my Levi's on, and I had like
Ooh.
my little sneakers on. I felt very pretty, and my hair looked right. And I don't know, I just felt very like, and I feel like you could see that. Like I took like some selfies, and I feel like that really like came through. Um, and I just felt really great that day. And then yesterday I felt really great, and I tried to put an outfit together as well. And I wore another shirt for the first time, and another poofy shirt because I like poofy shirts, and I just felt very beautiful. And I felt, better those days.
Mm.
Um so that was kind of an interesting experiment for me. Um but yeah, I mean this week has been interesting. Um let's okay. We didn't get to talk about this last week, which was when it started, but as you can see, my background has Arctic Monkeys on it
Oh
because
yeah.
we have a topic for today's episode. It's not Archie Monkeys, but I just want to talk about this for a second because Archie Monkeys is like one of our favorite bands, and we
Mm-hmm.
met through them. So I
Yeah.
just want to
Ooh,
chat
when
about
they
it.
drop their new episode or their new album, we'll have an episode about that. We could talk
Yes. Oh my
everything
god,
about it. Yeah.
we could dedicate a whole episode to it. Hopefully
Yes.
they drop it like before we record so that we can listen to it and then have a whole episode talking about it.
Yes.
Um But yeah, so Arctic Monkeys are back.
Yee!
They started their tour, quote unquote,
In
question mark,
Turkey, right?
in Turkey. Yeah, they started their tour last week. Was it last week?
Yeah, because it was the day I left for my trip because I was at the airport like watching all the different
Yes,
live streams
yes, yes.
and I
I
was like,
think it was like, yeah, I think
it was Tuesday,
yeah, it was like Tuesday or Wednesday, I think.
I don't know what day that was.
Yeah, so they started last week. They've just had their seventh show yesterday. Very exciting. Um,
Very
Inhaler
fun.
Inhaler opened for them. That was
Which is
really fun.
crazy. Like I'm still not
Which is
over
very
that.
Yeah, like I remember where we were when we found that out.
We were in the Met.
We were in the Met,
I started to
and
get
we were
really hot and flustered when
the
we found out.
funniest part about it was that we were in the Met during the week that we saw Inhaler for the first
Yeah.
time at Mercury Lounge, that was just a lot. Yeah, that was just a
Yeah.
lot for us to handle.
We were already coming off the high of that. And we're at
Yeah,
the Met
and
like talking about everything and like
especially since we actually like got to meet them and like chat with them
yeah.
for a second, at least Rob. And so like that was just really exciting, and also like they're our age, so they also grew up with Arctic
Arctic
Monkeys.
Monkeys,
And
yeah.
Arctic Monkeys are like, they I guess they've said, right, that
It's an
they're like,
inspo for them,
yeah,
yeah.
so like it was kind of cool. It was like one of us, you know. Like I don't know why I felt like it was like really cool when I found that out. I was
It was
just
a
really
cool
happy for
moment
them.
for sure.
Yeah. So, man, they Arctic Monkeys, man.
I know. They're so
uh,
great.
I love
Although
them.
although when I was watching the live stream, like the first one when they first came back, I was kind of questioning the set list a bit. How about you? It was good, but I was also like,
The first
mm,
set list, um, I liked that they brought Potion Approaching back.
yeah.
That I thought was really cool.
Have they played it at the other shows or was it just
I
that
think
one?
they played it at every show so far.
Oh, that's actually really cool.
And that's cool because Potion Approaching, they're playing that live for the first time in like 11 years or something.
Crazy.
Um and I liked the set list. I mean, it had a lot of the usual songs. I'm pretty annoyed that it's been like most of it's like the set list is just like mostly AM. You know,
Mhm.
like and while I like AM and I understand that why they were doing it, it's like the most popular album, but like they have 6 albums right now, and
Yeah,
their set lists are around 20, 21 songs. So logistically speaking, they could do like 3 songs per
from
album
each album, yeah.
and then do like 1 or 2 extra from AM because it's the most mainstream, and
Sure.
extra from Tranquility Base
Because it
because
was
it's the
their
most
last
recent.
one. Yeah,
So it's like, and they could, the songs from Tranquility Base they could do could be like, well, they have 1 Point Perspective in there, and they were playing the title song, but yesterday they replaced the title song with 4 out of 5, which was really cool because they hadn't been playing 4 out of 5 the entire time.
Did
And
they
everyone,
cut Star Treatment, like, entirely?
yeah,
Ugh.
it's not on there.
Ugh.
It used to be in the
Ugh.
encore. It used to be
No.
in the encore and it's not in there. I'm so mad.
No,
But like this is
it's
what I'm saying.
I
This
can't,
is what
cause
I'm
like,
saying.
that is just a good fucking song,
It's
like,
so
it's
good.
so good, like, ah!
And they
That's
could
why I was
literally
mad,
do.
cause I was like, "What is this?" Like, I was happy that they put, like, some stuff on there, but I was like a lot of
I
it was,
was
like,
so mad.
similar to, like, their other set lists. I feel like
Yeah.
they play what they know the most, cause once you practice a song so much, it's just easier, I
Yeah.
suppose, but, like, they could change it up a bit, like, the Strokes
Exactly.
always play, like, a different song every
Yeah.
performance, like, they like to change it up a lot, they need to learn from them, cause they always want to be one, so, like, why not do
Yeah.
that?
Oh my god,
Uh,
real. No,
uh,
but but like I just feel like they could do like 3 songs from each album and like 4 songs from AM and Tranquility Base. They could literally do that because they have enough songs to do that and like they play enough songs. And I think from Tranquility Base they should play 4 out of 5, Bat Phone, 1 Point Perspective, and Star Treatment.
yeah,
From AM they should play obviously Do I Want to Know,
knee socks.
um Need Socks, obviously. Um
Are You Mine? You don't like Are You Mine? I
I
think it goes
like Are You
hard
Mine?
live.
I like Are You Mine? I understand the purpose of it. You know what?
Mhm.
Are You Mine? Yes. Why Julie Call Me When You're High though? It isn't like it.
I feel like that's a fan favorite, though, that's one of their most
Yeah,
mainstream
but
songs.
like I think instead of Why Julie Call Me When You're High, like because they have Why Julie Call Me When You're High, Do I Want to Know, Are You Mine, and Arabella.
Mhm.
I feel like it's a little bit overkill because
True.
those are all hardcore songs and they all go hard. They're all great live. This is I'm not saying that they're bad live.
Yeah, yeah,
I'm not
yeah.
saying that these are bad songs. But I just feel like, if they took Why Julie Call Me When You're High out, I don't think anyone would miss it.
I think people would, though, because I think people really like that one.
I don't know. I feel well the thing with AM is that like if you were to argue like, oh, you can't take that one out, people like it. Then you
It'd be
get stuck
every
with
song.
the whole album on the
Yeah.
set list because it's just a mainstream thing.
I feel like everyone hates Mad Sounds for some reason, though.
I love Mad Sounds.
Me
I have
too!
I have like a nostalgic attachment to it because I used to cry to it when I was like 14. That used to
Yeah.
be my breakdown song. I
Mad
was
sounds
I was a bit of
in
a
your
loser.
ear.
I was a bit of a loser.
Mm, what?
uh but I just feel like it's upsetting because like um Chocolatey Base gets paid dust and Suck It and See gets paid dust. When
Oh, for
songs
sure.
like Library Pictures and All My Own Stunts, That's Where You're Wrong.
I'm gonna be real, I don't like library pictures.
I didn't ask for your
Well,
opinion.
I'm just saying, that's, like, one of the only ones I ever played from Second and See, and I'm just like, "Pass."
Well, it just goes hard.
It does go hard, but I always skip it when I listen to the album.
I mean, I prefer All My Own Stunts.
Yeah,
They should play. Okay, let me the songs from each album I think that they should put on the set list. Let's get into this.
okay.
I think from the first album, they should do I have to have the songs in front of me because I always this is really funny. I always combine the first and second albums in my head because
Oh.
like musically they aren't too different. Let me have it in front of me. Let's see.
Mm.
Okay. I think well they opened with View from the Afternoon Yesterday, which I think was pretty sick. But I
Yeah.
think they should do A Certain Romance.
Ooh, they
That
haven't
would
done that one in so
be
long.
exactly. They sound checked it too, and they didn't play it.
Information I did not know, but now
Yeah,
I'm
they sound apparently they sound checked it yesterday.
I
I think they should do A Certain Romance.
yeah.
Um I think they should bring back Fake Tales. Um I love that song.
You
It's
love
so
that song?
funny. I think it's so funny. I
That
don't know.
one
It's
and
so
Dancing Shoes are
petty.
my least favorite.
I Fake Tales
Big South of
is
San
I
Francisco.
just think it's funny because I feel like it's so petty. Like
Yeah.
he was mad that day in the studio. Like he had something to say. And I love that. I love how he's just like the whole song is just you're full of shit.
Yeah,
Like
that's
the whole
true.
song is just like calling people out
I
full of
feel
shit.
like I don't like it instrumentally. I don't know why.
I love it. I don't know. I think it's a good song. A Certain Romance is my favorite from the album, but
Oh, sure.
um I feel like Ritz would be cool to hear
I love that
live.
one.
That would be a good one. I think, okay, an underrated song on the first album that no one talks about because it has the longest fucking name is You Probably Couldn't See for the Lights, but
Lights.
You Were Staring
Straight
Straight at
at
Me.
me.
The longest fucking song name.
I love that one.
I think it's so good.
And it's underrated. I feel like no
It
one ever
is.
talks about
And
it.
it goes hard.
Mm-hmm.
So I think they should do A Certain Romance, Ritz, You Probably Couldn't See, and maybe if they want to slow it down for a bit, Riot Band. I like Riot Band.
Me too. I was about to bring that one up.
Or View, you know. I feel like any combination of any of those songs off the first album
Yeah.
would be good. Favorite Worst Nightmare, they can't
All of
take
them.
505 off the set list. They cannot
Oh,
take
they could
505
never.
off.
That is their like. That's their
They
song.
need to keep it on
Well, they're
because
gonna be remembered forever because of that song. I feel like.
exactly. And I'm not saying that because it's me. I'm saying it because I love that song. And
For real, I feel like
like
if anyone listens to that song, they're gonna love it. It's one of those songs that's universal.
I think it should be the ending song.
That would be perfect because everyone wants to hear it. And it's such
Exactly.
a oh
And I just
for
feel
the
like that would be
encore.
the best. Why do they end it on Are You Mine? I just feel like 505, they play 505 in like the middle of the set list.
I
I
feel
just
like
think
"Are
they
You
should
Mine"
end
is
it on
such a
that.
beginning song
It
to hype the
is.
crowd, and you go into something lower to low them, and then hype them again. Like I feel like there should be an
Exactly.
up and down to like give people time to like
There should be a
calm
whole,
down
there
and
should
then get
be,
back up.
exactly. There should be a whole like rising action, falling action, climax, you know?
Yes,
And I feel like ending on 505
that would
is
be good. I agree with
that
that.
would be so good, right?
Oh, they need to do it.
Um, I like how they did Teddy Picker. That was a fun one.
I
That's a
love
fun
Teddy
one.
Picker.
Do Me a Favor is good too.
Yeah,
Um, I they soundchecked Fluorescent Adolescent, and I want them to put it back on the set list.
they
I
did.
They did. They soundchecked it.
Wait, why are they sound checking all these like songs they haven't played in forever?
All these like deep cuts.
May
Fluorescent.
okay, I
I mean, well,
honestly here's the thing. Listen. I think they sound check them to see if they can like still do it. And then by the end of it, like if they're not like 100%
well,
confident in it, they'll
they
be like,
did
let's go with
sound
another
check.
one.
They sound checked 4 out of 5, and they sound checked That's Where You're Wrong,
And
and
played them.
they ended up playing them, which
I
was
cannot
cool.
believe they played That's Where You're Wrong.
Me neither, because they fucking hate Suck It and See. They literally they avoid Suck It and See.
I think they don't hate it. I think they're bored by it.
No, but it's such a good album. It
Yeah.
gets so much
Oh,
flack,
it's
and
one of
it's
my
so
favorites.
good.
It's
It's
so
so
good.
good. Maturing is realizing that Second and C is a good album.
Yeah.
And I've
I
seen
think lyrically it's one of their best because it
oh
just
my
like
god.
the
Yes.
descriptions in that one are like really deep.
Exactly. And I have a friend of mine did I don't know if she'll hear this, and I'm not like trashing
I
her for
think this
this because
episode just has to be Arctic Monkeys at this point.
honestly, at this point,
Let's just
we'll
keep it. Let's keep it. Let's keep it
the
going.
topic that we were gonna do,
Was
we'll just
food
save it for the next
preferences.
one.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll save that for the next
Next
one.
one.
That's fine. But the my friend I saw her, my mutual, I saw her say this, and it is a valid point that she makes. And I somewhat agree, I somewhat disagree about Second and C. And I'm not like, I'm saying this because I don't know if she'll ever listen to this, so I don't want her to think I'm like calling her out or anything, because it is a valid point and I partially agree with it. She said that she doesn't like Suckin' and See as much, or she doesn't think Suckin' and See is as good because it's coming off of the Submarine EP, and Alex Turner, wait, did the person I think said this actually say this? I don't remember. I don't actually remember who said this now.
Okay.
One of my friends
Okay. And
said,
then it's me.
oh my god, one of my
The
friends
drama.
said that they don't like Suckin' and See as much because Alex Turner was coming off of writing and doing the Submarine EP, which is like so good. That
Yeah.
is like a fucking
Oof.
masterpiece. That is
I'm gonna
like
listen to it
probably,
after this.
I might have
I
to.
miss it. I
I
miss
might
it.
have to listen to it.
It's nostalgic for me.
Yes,
It's
it's
so good.
every time a rainy day happens, it's remotely cloudy,
Oh, I should
I
have
have to
listened
put
to
it
it
on.
yesterday. It was pouring.
Oh, it was a
We'll
bit
see how
cloudy yesterday,
today
yeah.
goes.
But that is such a good EP. And
Hmm.
I almost wish that Arctic Monkeys would do a whole album like that, but I kind of don't as well. But so he was coming off of that and then going straight into doing like Suck It and See.
Hmm.
And this friend of mine said that they believed that he kind of used all of his juices on the Submarine EP and didn't have much left for Suck It and See,
His
which
power ran out.
like I guess like I do somewhat get it. Um but
I don't know though. I think that
I
album's so
just but
good.
exactly, I wish that the version of Pile Driver Waltz that they put on the album was the same one that was on Submarine,
Oh,
because
you like the more upbeat version?
I like the Submarine one.
Oh, so you like the slower one.
Which
So
one's
you
the
wish that
slower
oh wait,
one?
the slower one's on the submarine one?
Is it?
Because
Or
it's
is it? No, I think the slower one is on Suck It and See.
really because there's more drums in it. There's I don't
No,
know.
the Submarine one is more upbeat.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, I have to go back and listen.
The Pile Driver Waltz on Suck It and See starts with the drums. The one on
Oh, you're
Submarine
right. You're right. Yeah,
starts with that like violin sound.
you're right. You're right.
I think that one I like that one a little better. But I do get why the Pile Driver Waltz version on the album is like that, because
Because it
that's
sounds
just
more like cohesive
cohesive, yeah.
with the rest of the album.
But okay. Okay. I like
Oh,
I, this is a controversial and brave statement. I like Brick by Brick. And do I want them to play it live? No. No. But I like it. From Second and See, I want them to play Hellcat because that is my favorite song off that album.
wait, did they stop playing it? Like they didn't play
They
it
don't play
these?
it anymore. They haven't played it
They
in a
played it
while.
last tour, right?
Did they? I don't
At
think
least
they did.
once.
I looked up their set list off that website, and it was like the average set list from the Tranquility Base tour, and it was not on there.
It was at least their first show. They played it acoustically, which is like really good. But besides that, I
I
don't know if
want
they
them
played
to
it
go
again.
crazy
But
on it. I want them to play it
I
again.
love that song.
I would love them to keep That's Where You're Wrong on there.
Hmm.
All My Own Stunts,
That's such a good one.
they need to bring that back because that is such a good song. All you people out there that are asking for She's Thunderstorms and Love is the Latest Requests, you have to let that go because it's not happening.
You're such a hater for that song.
I'm not a
You
hater.
hate Love is a Laser Quest.
It's
You think it's the worst song.
boring. It's
But
boring. I don't
lyrically,
okay.
it's such a
No.
it's a yearning kind of like pining
You're
song, is it
putting words
not?
in my mouth. You're
You're
putting
always
words.
like, you're
I
like Love
never
is a
said I
Laser Quest
hated it.
isn't the serve you think it is.
It's
Okay.
not. Okay, here's my
I will
justification.
defend it till I die. It's my favorite.
I will just
But I respect
here's
your
my
opinion too.
justification. Here's my justification.
Okay.
I don't think objectively it's a bad song.
Okay.
I have listened to it, obviously. I do like it.
Mm-hmm.
One, I don't think it's like a good live song.
No,
I just
it's
feel like
not. It's too slow.
it's too slow, it's too like emotional. Like maybe if they
It's
I don't
too
know, maybe
sad. You want the
if
crowd to
they
cry? Okay.
I mean, if they switched it up, you know how
A
sometimes they like
faster
switch things
version.
up, or if they did like a different version or whatever, that'd be cool. But like I don't think it's a bad song,
It's not a good live song, you're right.
I don't think the lyrics are bad. I think Suck It and See, I agree when you say that it's some of his best lyrics.
Mm-hmm.
I just it's I don't know. I just feel like there are other Arctic Monkey songs and other songs that he's written that are more poignant.
That's true. That is true.
Like
For me,
like Too
it
Much
is a
to Ask comes
nostalgic
to
song,
mind.
so maybe
Well, yeah.
I'm
I won't argue with that.
biased in that
There is
way.
a nostalgic feeling to that
Mm-hmm.
song, and I feel like there's just a nostalgic feeling to
To the
like
whole album.
that whole
Yeah.
album. But when I look at Love is a Laser Quest and I listen to it and everyone's like, "Oh my god, it's so sad, it's so yearning." I don't know. I just remember songs like Too Much to Ask.
Yeah.
I think of like Bat Phone, for example, which is like a similar emotion. And that song, they need to put that on the set list. I need him to be screaming into the fucking mic.
For real.
I need him to be performing that like his rent is due in 5 minutes. I need him I need that on the set list again. I also think of um well, do me a favor. I think of, the
Yeah.
bakery too. I just feel like there are other songs that he's written that are a similar kind of
Okay,
thing.
here's the thing. I think Love's a Laser Quest has better lyrics than The Bakery.
Well, the bakery is juvenile.
Yeah.
I'm not talking about lyrically. I just mean like the
The
overall
feeling.
feeling.
Yeah,
I like
okay.
when I listen to Love is a Laser Quest, I just feel like I love the lyrics. I was listening to it
Yeah.
the other day. I love the lyrics. I think it's beautiful. I think some of his best lyrics. When I listen to it though, I'm not like crying, screaming, pissing, shitting, throwing up that some other people say that they are. I listen to it and I'm like, okay, like I can appreciate the lyrics. I love
Yeah.
them. I think they're great. I think
You
they're
just feel like it's
strong.
not his most,
I just it
like,
doesn't
it's
yeah,
not
it
the best
doesn't
song he's ever made, or they've
it's
ever
not
made together.
yeah, and it's not like it doesn't grip me the same way that others
Other
have.
people, yeah. I feel
And
you though. I do respect your opinion on
and
it because I do see where
you
you come
know,
from, even though
and I will
I feel
say my opinion on She's Thunderstorms has changed. I used to be like, okay, like whatever. But now when I listen to it, like, I kind of vibe a little
it's
more.
good. I do
I'm
think it's
a
overrated though. Like
It
everyone kind of
is.
like okay,
I still think
here's
it's
the thing.
overrated, but
I
I
think
used to be more
everyone
of a
grasped
hater.
onto it so much because it's supposed to be about Alexa.
See, that's my other issue.
I'm like, if you're only liking a song because you think it's about one of his exes, then
That's
like
my other
what's
issue.
like
That's my
why?
that's my other issue with both of those
If
songs
you can't
because
listen
it's
to it
like
subjectively without that and like still enjoy it, then like
exactly. And I feel like that's my thing with those songs. And that's for one of my things with Love is a Laser Quest is I feel like people are
there's too
like, oh
much
my God, I'm
attachment to the idea of it being
exactly.
about a specific
Exactly.
person rather
And
than like listening to it for your own enjoyment.
yeah, and took out like when you take it out of that context, I'm like, this isn't as sad as people make it out to be. Because when you're listening to it, thinking about their, relationship and like the love letter he wrote to her,
But
the
also,
infamous
no
love
one should
letter.
be deep into a relationship and know that kind of thing about like any artist.
Exactly.
I feel like if I listen to like someone else's song, I'm not gonna know who the hell it's about, and I can relate it to my
Exactly.
own life. It's like maybe like when I was younger, of course, when I stand them harder, I was into all that kind of stuff. But it's like when you actually think about it, like, are you really basing what you enjoy about a song on a personal detail about something you
Exactly.
shouldn't
No,
even
you're
know
so
about?
right. You're
It's like
so right.
crazy.
You're so right. Like I love Sweet Dreams Tennessee, for example.
Yeah.
Do I love it because it's about Taylor Badgley? No, I fucking
No.
hate her. I can't stand her.
Yeah, but
I
it's
love
it's
it
such
because
an
it's a
endearing
good
song,
song.
yeah.
Exactly. I listen to it and it fucking makes my stomach drop. Like it literally is like I listen to it outside of the context of what it's about and I still
Mhm.
love it.
Oh, for
When I
real?
when I listen to Love is Laser Quest and I remove it from the context of it being about Alexa or being
You
about that
don't love it.
relationship, I'm like, okay, this is just a sad song.
Yeah.
This is just a
A
sad
yearning
love.
song.
This is just a yearning song. Nothing special. I've heard like I know by Fiona Apple can do fucking circles around Love is a Laser Quest. Please.
And I
And
feel like
I
when I
have
know less about a song, sometimes I enjoy it more. Like,
exactly.
say Fiona Apple, for example, I don't know anything about her relationships or anything like that, or who she
Me
writes her
neither.
songs about, and I enjoy them more than I've ever enjoyed anything in my life. So it's like
Exactly.
and relate to them. So it's like, you know,
Like
that's something to keep in mind.
I know by Fiona Apple is my favorite Fiona Apple song. I
Yeah.
could listen I've spent a whole day listening to that song alone and have never gotten sick of it.
On
I love
repeat,
it
I do the
so
same
much.
thing. I
I
could
love
listen
it
to it all the
so
time.
much. It is like one of the greatest songs I've ever heard in my life. And
Mhm.
I've never found another song that has a similar vibe to it. And it's killing me because I want to make a playlist of
But it's so original,
songs
so
that
its own
feel like
thing.
that. And I haven't been able to find them.
Mhm.
I don't know who it's about. I don't know who she's singing about. I don't know who her boyfriend was at the time. I don't know what her relationship was at the time. I don't know anything about her relationships. And I still love that song because of
Mhm.
it's outside of that. With Love is a Laser Quest with Alex Turner and Alexa Chung, I feel like it's a little different because they were like the indie couple. Like, you couldn't really get away from them
Yeah,
because
but
it's
also
like the
did
whole
they didn't date that long, did they?
they
2 years
started.
maybe.
No, it was
It
more
was
than
longer than
that.
that.
It was like
It was
4
long, you're
years.
right,
I
you're
think
right.
it was like 4 or 5
But,
years.
like, that was a long time ago. Like, they're both
It
past
was
it,
over
like
10 years ago.
no, that's what I'm saying, like, who cares?
They've both had like
Who
more than
cares?
one Like, literally, that's what I'm saying. And that's why I feel like people get kind of caught up into it because they associate it more with that relationship than they do with it actually being a song. And I don't know, like I just feel like when you look at it and compare it to other songs of his that have been yearning, like Bat Phone, holy shit, Bat Phone. I don't know what inspired him to write Bat Phone, but
Also, I feel like sometimes when writing songs, it doesn't have to be about anybody. Like sometimes, at least in my experience, like when I write stuff, sometimes it's not even about it could be about my dog. It could be about like the way the window looked. You know what I mean? Or
yeah,
like it could be almost fictional in a way, or like the
I've
idea
written
of something rather than like an actual experience, you know?
I've written um I've written like a love poem or a love song after thinking about like food that I like.
Yeah, that's the thing. So like a lot of people like to attach meaning when sometimes there isn't meaning there.
And that's why I feel like it's hard to do that to Arctic Monkey songs or Last Shadowbite song or just Alex Turner songs in general because he's said it himself that he's like this doesn't mean anything. He's like
Yeah.
I like the other day like literally the other day during the concert he was like I don't know what Potion Approaching is about. It's like
No, especially
I don't
songs
know what
off
it's
that
about.
album, they mean nothing.
A
He
lot
was
of them
literally
are
going
it's just a
"Woo, woo,
vibe.
woo, woo."
It's
Yeah,
just the
literally.
vibe, you know? Like with
Literally.
My Propeller, they're like, is this about erectile dysfunction? He's like, I don't fucking know. It's just a vibe, bro.
It could be. I
It
love
could
thinking
be
that though, because it's funny.
because it makes sense. That's the thing.
My Bella,
That's such a
Waltz,
good song.
bitch. No, I love it.
If they had to choose any of the albums to put the entire album on the set list, it should be Humbug.
Oh yeah, because it's the most fun.
Yeah, it's so good.
God, I you know what I love? Pretty Visitors. It sounds like such a ritual. Like I love any music that
Yes.
sounds almost like scary or like
I feel like
ooh.
when they perform it, it's like they're casting a
No,
spell.
for real. I love it's so theatrical. There's
It's
something so like
theatrical, it's
it's
spooky, it's so
vampire-y.
good, so good, so good. I
Oh,
think
we
they
should
should
go back to what we think should be on the set list.
oh true. So
When we were
yeah.
going through Second and See.
And I had to derail the
Yeah,
conversation because I had to be like, no, I need to defend myself and my love is a
yeah.
laser quest opinions. Humbug. I mean, every single
Every song.
song. I
I love
think
that they keep
they need
Cornerstone. I love
yes,
everything about it because it
classic.
tells
It's a
such like a
classic.
story.
It's cute, yeah.
People
Um,
still try to attach a meaning to that one when it literally means nothing. They
I
like
think
have
it's funny.
conspiracies.
I think it's funny. It's it's a funny song.
Oh,
And
it's hilarious.
even
Yeah.
though he's literally been like, this is not
It
true,
doesn't
like
mean anything.
it doesn't
I
mean
love when
anything.
he's on stage and he adds like more to the story.
Exactly. I love how and it's funny because it's never like the story always changes.
Yeah.
It's like never the same
He's
story.
like,
But
they were sisters. Sweet
yeah, then it's
guy.
like, you know. But I think now that they have the disco ball,
Mm.
they need to put Secret Door back on the set list. Could you
Oh,
imagine?
I need it. I need it. That's one of my favorite songs they've ever done. Secret Door, I
Exactly.
can listen to it anytime. Like it's so big the
100%.
way it
It's
sounds. It's
just
so
it's so
dramatic.
that whole album is just so theatrical.
Yeah.
I think they need to put Secret Door back on the set list now that they have a disco ball. They need to put Fire in the Thread back on the set list. They shall not touch Potion Approaching.
Potion approach. It's
They
such a
need to
tongue
keep that
twister.
on. They need to keep that in there because it's so good. Um Jeweler's Hands would be fun. Literally any song off that album. I mean, come on. Even Dance of a Liar. Love that song. Dangerous Animals would be fun.
I feel like that one's okay.
I like Dangerous Animals. It's like quirky.
Yeah.
AM, AM, they just have the whole fucking album on the set
Yeah.
list right now. I think no one wants to hear Snap Out of It. I'm sorry. I really don't care.
Welcome
It's
to No One's
boring.
Club. Okay, for me, okay, I
Boring.
think Step Out of It is like over, but it is one of my favorites by them.
Here's the
It's
thing.
fun. It's
If
fun.
I say like I none of these songs I hate. I just want to say that. None of these songs I hate.
Yeah.
I like them.
This is what
But
we want to hear live. That I
yeah,
feel
I
like that's
just feel
different because
like
you can love
Snap
a
Out
song
of
but not
It
want to hear it live.
exactly. Snap Out of It. I just feel like there's not much,
I like how spooky it gets sometimes though when they whisper.
I guess. But
No.
I mean, do I want to know is never leaving the set list.
Although I wish it would. What?
What? That I was about to say it shouldn't.
Really? Okay, I know it's one of their most popular ever. I'm bored. I'm
I guess.
bored.
Yeah, I can
It's
see
too
that.
slow for me. Dude, when I saw them live, when that song came on, the whole like energy changed. Everyone went, ooh, and the floor was shaking because I was the only one everyone knew, and it was like it automatically got hot, and like it
Oh
was
my
like
god.
I was like I had a panic attack.
Oh my god.
It
They
was like
need
same as
to they need to keep knee socks on there.
oh yeah,
And I feel like Party Anthem is a good addition.
I
I love
love
that song.
I
I feel like that's
love
a I think that's a good like calm down song,
yeah.
Like how it goes like up and down the set list. I think that's a good
God, I
song to
love
keep
it.
in
I
there.
love it.
Arabella, I feel like
I feel like that's
classic.
yeah, they can never take the one off, I feel like.
I feel like it's just
It's so
fun.
fun.
Yeah, Tranquility Base, literally any song.
Any song.
I
No,
know.
all the songs on Tranquility
Oops.
Base actually, I take that back. The title track, Tranquility Base, I I don't like that song that much. Like, I like it, but live, I feel
Yeah.
like it's meh. Like,
I
it's
think
really
it's
slow, and it's more,
yeah.
like, better in the studio.
I just feel like yeah, I feel like Tranquility Base title track. I don't know. I feel like it's just kind of like it's just stagnant live.
Yeah. I like the story
Like
it tells, like, on its
yes.
own, but I feel like, anyone listening to it live, if you're, like, a casual fan, it's just you're gonna be bored
It's
during
kind
it.
of like okay, you
Yeah.
you kind I feel like it's the kind of song that you listen to and in it live and you're more focused on like I wonder what they're going to play next.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But Star Treatment,
They need it
yes.
all the
One
time.
point perspective, never
Oh,
take that off. I love
never.
that.
Immediate classic.
I feel like they're never going to play Golden Trunks.
I'm
Um
fine with that though. I like that song, but
yeah,
I feel like it's like meh.
I don't think it would be as good live as everyone wants it to be.
No.
And also there's no drums in it, so they're not going to
Matt
play
would
it.
just be sitting there.
You would just be fucking sitting there. 4 out of 5, they need to keep it on the set
Keep it
list because
forever.
that's a
It's so
fucking
good.
banger. She Looks Like Fun needs to be on there
I know.
because
I know there's the controversy with like Cameron Avery having to do with that song, and that's why they
well,
like
he
don't play
doesn't
it as
have
much.
to. Oh
No,
yeah,
that's what I'm
he
saying.
doesn't have to be in
But
that.
that song does go hard.
I That's like one of my reservations about it. I love that song, but I hate how he's like involved with it, and I fucking hate him.
Hmm.
But Bat Phone, put it on there.
Yeah,
Alex Starter, put it on there. I'm under your bed. I'm in your walls. That's my favorite song of the album.
it's so good.
I feel like I don't know if I'd want to hear the Ultra Cheese live.
I feel like they should play it every once in a while, like every
Yeah, I feel
like
like
maybe like once or twice a tour.
it's definitely an ending song.
Yeah. It's really sad and slow though, so I feel like it's maybe
It's
too
big though.
sentimental for like it is big, but maybe too sentimental to play like keep on a set list.
Yeah.
Every once in a while would be like a nice treat.
Yeah. Maybe if it's like an encore song or something.
Mhm.
Um yeah, I mean, I just like really need them to put Bat Phone and Hellcat on the set list because
For
they're my
sure.
favorite songs and they should listen to me.
Yep, you're the boss.
Exactly.
I don't know. I feel like it must be such a weird thing for them to decide the set list and stuff. Oh, we have
Yeah,
less than
like
a minute. Oh,
oop.
I guess we should wrap it up.
Yeah,
Oof.
probably.
Okay. Well, those were our opinions on what we think Arctic Monkeys should have on their set list.
Yeah, and our opinions on them returning, we're very excited.
Mhm.
Do you think their album is going to actually come out in October like people are theorizing? Let us know.
Personally,
And
I think no.
I don't
Well,
know.
I don't
I
know.
couldn't even say.
Who knows?
But and what do you think it's going to sound like based on what you've been seeing so far, based on rumors? Do you think it's going to also be disco or some kind of funky disco themed kind of thing?
I hope
I think
so.
so. I've been
Mhm.
saying that for 2 years.
So
So,
let's see.
so let's see if I'm psychic. We're back for a second because we got cut off when we were trying to do our outro.
Outro.
All right.
But anyways, we want to know your opinions, what you think
Yeah.
on the new album
And
or just
the
anything.
comeback.
The comeback.
Yeah, what you thought of their set lists, the last few shows, what you think should be on there, what you would like to hear live, what you think the new album's gonna sound like, all your thoughts on the new Arctic Monkeys era on the horizon. What are your thoughts on the set design? Please let us know. This has been Two Peas on a Pod. Thanks for joining us for
Thanks.
another week. We will be back
Woohoo!
next week.
Yes.
with food preferences,
Food
which is
preferences. That was
what we
supposed to be today's topic, but we kind of
but
drifted off. But that's the fun of it, you know? You
exactly.
never know what we're going
We
to
had
talk
to
about.
talk about this because we
We had to
missed
get it off
last
of
week.
us. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we it's been brewing since last
Yeah.
week. So we had a week's full of Archie Bucky's contents to get through. So thanks for joining us again. See ya.
See ya. Bye bye.